He's not took the book off the rack was truly a direct result of Steve Harvey yet. With Steve Harvey, made a connection, someone said, I let you know they sent me a connection, not going to, go off the deep end and settle on this multitude of terrible choices. Since we could you at any point realize we're still going to be mindful. Thank you swear Marjorie Harvey's sparkling and captivating world has been driven once again into the spotlight. Yet for every one of some unacceptable reasons, the gossipy tidbits about embarrassment and debates inside the family arrive at a super level when Marjorie's most seasoned little girl, Morgan, defies her mom. Pretty much all the shamefulness she has finished with her the Harvey family's phony veil breakdowns, uncovering a far more chaotic reality than anyone might have envisioned. A surprising revelation emerges in the family with Marjorie Harvey making that big appearance as the family's most hazardous figure this time. Her girl Morgan faces her mom, strikingly uncovering every one of the wrongs that Marjorie has achieved against her and others. This time it was accounted for that Morgan was enraged and didn't have any desire to see her mother. Not in the least did she purportedly unfollow her on Instagram. Yet she likewise quit going to family social affairs. Well, this seems to be the resentment she was suppressing has at last burst open. As of late, Morgan's activities are breaking the web in fluff, wherever in light of the fact that she wouldn't go to 2 family gatherings, among which was Lori Harvey's new birthday merriments. It appeared to be really fragmented on the grounds that Lori didn't have one of her kin present. It is coursing that Morgan Harvey supposedly skirted Lori's 26th birthday festivity because of a family fight. The Skin by L.H. Maker praised her birthday 2 times, first in a Los Angeles club with renowned VIP companions and Darling Dams and Idris, and the other one in Atlanta with her nearby relatives. Anyway, Morgan was missing from the 2 celebrations, as seen by virtual entertainment pictures of the gatherings. Even Marjorie posted a photograph of them grinning with Steve Harvey and Lori's stepbrothers in a room decked with disco balls. Anyway, it was very uncommon that Morgan rather went on a family excursion to the Dominican Republic. As per her posts on Instagram, Morgan Harvey has at last decided to isolate herself from the Harvey family. With crushing sadness this time, Morgan is sure that Marjorie is the foundation of the family's concerns, spreading a haze of responsibility that arrives at well past their presentation. Morgan has grieved by her unfortunate relationship with Marjorie, as well as by how Marjorie has treated her organic dad, Jim Townsend. Morgan, who loved her mom leaving her dad after so long, is incensed with her by particularly now that he is distributing a diary. As reality unwinds, the reverberations of Morgan's distress become stronger. Morgan attempts to manage her sad foundation. In spite of the endeavors of her dedicated stepfather, Steve Harvey, the recollections of Marjorie's relinquishment of her natural dad, Jim Townsend, loom over their relationship like a foreboding shadow. Morgan winds up questioning the crucial center of her mom's personality. As the jigsaw pieces come into place, Marjorie's activities during Jim's detainment, including her speedy separation and ensuing association with different sweethearts, prior to discovering a sense of harmony in the arms of Steve Harvey, portray a lady whose needs changed. So the entire dramatization started when Jim Townsend reported that he was composing a book. He, at the end of the day, said that he had composed the 66% of the book when he was in prison, and that he was able to uncover Marjorie and her contribution in drug managing. Not this likewise able to spill tea on Marjorie's covetousness and her temperament of being a gold digger. He likewise said, spilling my guts, nobody realizes what occurred except for me and Marjorie. And afterward likewise added, I have no devotion to Marjorie. She showed her hand. I will recount my story. It doesn't make any difference assuming she realizes about it. Even the depiction of the book, Snakes in the Nursery, the untold story of the existence of Jim, makes some tension as it peruses. I'll accept you through my encounters, as I attempt to get a handle on a world loaded up with kid misuse, outrage, dread, and fixation. You'll get an unparalleled view to see what it resembles to confront viciousness drug managing my union with Marjorie Harvey Ebb and flow spouse of entertainer humorist Steve Harvey and ravenousness, and what it can mean for somebody's lives. Seriously tempting that it isn't only one book that Jim will be delivering, yet 3 of them, so on the off chance that you are considering how Jim and Marjorie's relationship turned out to be so severe. This happened before in the last part of the 90s, after they got hitched a misfortune struck, when Marjorie was anticipating the appearance of their subsequent kid child's real nature arose, and he became engaged with an organization of groups of hoodlums that in the end got him secured an exquisite little girl Morgan before he was captured during the medication masters. And Marjorie's destruction senior specialists informed Jim that Marjorie's situation in the medication dealing activity was becoming problematic according to examiners. Yet to keep her out of prison, Townsend made an arrangement with them to keep her out of this and end the examination since he cherished her, and she was pregnant with their subsequent youngster. So he stood up despite the fact that he was condemned to life in jail. He just needed to serve 26 years. Since then, President Barack Obama exculpated him, refrained 27 years in jail. You were getting 28 minutes on the off chance that you included the year I did in the state when I was truly coming up in the game, since you were initially given like a lifelong incarceration without the chance of parole. Currently, you've been out for about 4 or 5, 6 years, or 6 years in January. In the event the watchers aren't comfortable, you have been chipping away at a book for a long while. It's called Snakes in the Nursery. The explanation I picked, took the book off the boat, was truly a direct result of Steve Harvey. Yet, with Steve Harvey, made a connection. Someone said, I let you know they sent me a connection. Soon Marjorie sought legal separation from Jim as a thank you present for conveying the entirety of the fault, and furthermore continued on with her affection personal business. Soon Darnell Wood came into Marjorie's existence, with whom she had a girl Lori. What stuns individuals is that Darnell was additionally a street pharmacist in Townsend's cousin. Soon Darnell was likewise placed in a correctional facility, and that made more doubt, according to the FBI, that Marjorie may very well be involved some additionally, except that she may be a narc. And perhaps that is the reason both of her men got busted while she strolled free. Morgan demonstrated the veracity of this merry-go-round of connection as Marjorie played, starting with one sweetheart, then on to the next. Her development permitted her to connect the specs with more precision. It is grievous that Morgan was passed on to manage the results of each short, energetic undertaking her mom had. Regardless, in the center of Marjorie's tempestuous love life, one person endured for an extremely long period, and that is no other than Steve Harvey. Their unplanned gathering in 1987 denoted the beginning of an excursion that would endure many years of hardships and misfortunes. Soon Marjorie quit canceling Jim and cut her children Jason while being in prison anyway. Marjorie even prevented her kids from speaking with Jim on the grounds that Steve asked her to. Jim said, once she met him, he made me cut off. He likewise added, saying, such a long time, I could call night or day, and she was dependably there for me. Yet the telephone was removed the following day when she met him. Seeing that now he doesn't have anything to look, one thing is clear. There is areas of strength for a why Morgan despises her mom. Envision how troublesome it would have been for her when she was only 5 years of age, and her dad was detained. She'd probably been damaged by being separated from him years after the fact. Steve showed up as an optimal dad in her life, yet it wasn't enough for her, or essentially, to reconstruct the security she recently had with Jim. It is justifiable that Marjorie could have found a way this way to isolate herself and the children from rec center, seeing his upset criminal past. Yet who will reply about Marjorie's carelessness towards Morgan and Jason? Sometime prior there were hypotheses about conflicts in Harvey's tribe. Steve's different youngsters were envious of Lori Harvey, seeking all the princess treatment, while others sat and watched. In the event that it isn't just about preference, then what is it? Steve and Marjorie Both are known for being engaged with Lori's own and proficient life, like posting just after her separation with Michael B. Jordan. So she won't understand left, not going to, go off the deep end, and pursue this large number of terrible choices. Since we might you at any point realize we're still going to be capable, I thoroughly consider. It's where I swear the years she'd shown me so much. And I know some of the time she felt like she was conversing with a wall. Yet I certainly consumed all that she expressed so consistently pursues savvy choices. Morgan gets a handle on left, as well as everyone feels it. And perhaps that is the reason she would rather not be engaged with Marjorie's phony play. Any longer many fans called attention to that it is dubious the way that Morgan isn't following Marjorie on Instagram. Any longer while the wide range of various kids or individuals are additionally enthusiastically trusting that Jim's book will be delivered in light of the fact that it will be something like a banger that will uncover every one of the insider facts Marjorie has been stowing away from the public anyway. This book will likewise illuminate how he had a delightful relationship with his little girl Morgan. It is straightforward that Morgan understood a digit late that her mom is a player and manipulative individual, yet basically she did, which is great for her anyway. It is accepted that she could have been in contact with Jim, and Jim could have spilled all the tea about Marjorie's genuine nature. So what is your opinion about Morgan cutting binds with Marjorie? Did she make the right stride?